Check, 1, 2. Alright, I'm thinking this is working now. I'm hoping that the game pops up on the stream. What are you doing, stream? It's right here. Why is this not appearing? Alright, I've got it. I think that's there. Let me know if the gameplay doesn't pop up and stay popped up. I'm just trying to fight with it a little bit. It doesn't seem to be liking to hold on to BlueStacks at the moment, so I think it's there now though. So we'll go with that. Yeah, see how this goes. So, hello, welcome to my current viewers and the future viewers as well. So, going with another live stream of my Day 5 tournament hits. So far it's been a pretty good tournament, for me anyway. I've managed to go 5 out of 5 on the... Is that making sounds? I have no idea if this is going to make any sounds. I'll just check the settings. Apparently got full sound. Who knows? Why is that now not making any sound? I don't know. Oh well. So we've got the tournament in progress so far. As I said, I've managed to go 5 from 5 every day, which has given me 20 out of 20 on attack. So this tournament, it's the 5-star buff booster tournament. Why are you now not connecting? Technology, sometimes. Alright, so this is the defense team I decided to go with. So we've got Terminus and Ksenia and another Ksenia. So tried to go for a lot of reviving, and then I've managed to get a whole bunch of buffs in there as well, because every buff counts as 20% attack boost. Which can be pretty powerful when you can get a lot of them stacking up on top of each other. So I think in the attack side of things, I was managing to get a 4,000 attack power on my Cooper, simply with layering Blunderbuss, Ksenia, and Brock buffs over the top of each other, which is pretty insane because he was basically able to one-shot anyone with or without them being low health or not. But yeah, so buff booster, and it's got a no blue element, so hence why there's a lot of red in the teams. Yeah, so you can see so far I've gone win on every attack so far. Some of them were a little bit easier than others, just with some of the defense teams that got put up. And then on defense, I went days 1 and 2 without having any attacks on me at all. So I got C grade for days 1 and 2. Then on day 3 I picked up a win, and then day 4 yesterday I got 2 losses, so it was a CC, A, and now D, unfortunately. So anyway, this is my next battle. It is against a fellow pirate from the Pirate Horde, so it is an interesting thing with the tournaments is that you can actually roll your ally mates. This has been the team that I've used fairly consistently through the tournament. The 3 reds particularly I have not changed. So we've always had Ksenia, Brock, and Blunderbuss because they all spit out buffs each. So Ksenia gives 2, Brock gives 1, and it's an attack buff, so it's even better. And then Blunderbuss gives 1 as well. Also an attack buff, so it's basically just layering attack on attack on attack. And then the defense side of things, we've got... and then the other side, we've got the 2 yellows. So we've got 8-Bit and Cooper, neither of whom really spit out any buffs. But they both are very powerful attackers. So we're just going to keep going with this team, and we'll see how it goes. So I'd love reds, and I would love yellow tiles. And there is a huge amount of lag in the game at the moment, so it's taking an age for it to actually register attacks. Alright, couple yellows, which we can start off with, and then we'll just pick up the yellow and the red tile, and that should give us enough tiles to charge all my reds up. I don't mind over much if she died. I was going to say I don't mind over much if what are her name? Nima, that's her name. I don't mind if Nima charged and fired, because it doesn't actually damage me over much. Alright, so I'll just layer up all these buffs, and then I'll show you just how much attack power Cooper has. So you can see there, he's got 1057 base attack. That's just from him plus his weapon. So I've got him equipped with the Martha MA 2020. And then you add on to it all of his buffs, and he's got 3086 additional damage. So what it means is that when he hits, so I'll just target Wolf here. Hopefully he hits. Oh, he missed. That's disappointing. Fire off 8-Bit again. 1 yellow tile. A lot of misses. Alright. I lost some of the buffs. That's alright. We'll go again. But yeah, 1086 damage. Oh my goodness, it's just ridiculous. Some of this is just so blatantly OP in these attacks. Buff booster tournaments are very much an attack dominated format. It's very hard to actually set a good defense team. Yeah. To answer your question, Mark, what are the odds of rolling an ally mate? Well, it's when you're at the higher end of the gameplay and the leaderboards and stuff, it's actually fairly high odds to roll an ally mate, and that's purely because your options are much less, if that makes sense. So in normal gameplay, they eliminate your ally mates from the prospective pool, but in tournaments they restrict that. So when you're playing in an alliance like Uprising or the Global Empire, or to a lesser extent some of the other top 10 allies like the Pirate Horde and stuff, when you are playing at that higher level, there's a much more limited pool of enemies that you can actually face, and so because of that, you're more likely to roll one of your ally mates. Connecting. Why is this connecting? Apparently everyone's been having connection and lag issues recently, so it must have been something that changed in the latest update. I have no idea why it is, but come on. We're not getting anywhere. I just want to do my tournament hits. One thing I'd never actually noticed is the Brock avatar that they give as a reward versus Brock in reality. He's actually facing the other way. Um, so you can see it there on the screen now, but my avatar, I've been using the Brock avatar, and he's looking over his right shoulder. However, Brock in his card form, he actually looks over his left shoulder. So I have no idea why this has completely frozen out on me. Alright, I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to try fixing this. I might have to restart BlueStacks. Try that. See if this connects now or not. Alright, loading. This would be simpler if I'd just done it on my phone, I think. Trying to get too fancy doing it all via these different streaming softwares. Hey, Foo. No, don't do that. Why are you being silly? Man, this is terrible. Connecting. This is absolutely thrilling viewing. Far out. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely okay, we're back. Okay, I've got the screen now. Now I've just got to somehow manage to get it to register on the stream. Alright, how do we do that? Resize. A little bit. A little bit more. A little bit less. Yeah, you're detecting that there's BlueStacks. Just do something with it. Alright, I've got the game back. It's just not popping up on the streaming software now. I'm just not sure why. Performance mode. Disable performance mode. Hello, it's right there. Come on. Da 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 da. Sorry, it's detecting that I've got BlueStacks open. It's just not mirroring what's on BlueStacks, and I don't know how to fix that. No, you were there for a second. Come back. There, I got it. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. I'm so sorry about all of that technical stuff. I don't even know what I did to fix it. It's just working. So I'm just going to keep going while I still can. So, next opponent is Bombarda. It's got a Brock tank and a Blunderbuss flank here. So Blunderbuss is one of the more annoying buff boosting heroes. And then we've also got El Coyote here in the wing. Yeah, so we're still thinking about how we're actually going to attack. Just attack. Okay, we're on. Second fight. So we're just going to make yellow matches and red matches as I can. So I'm going to go blue match just to push it up a bit, and then blue match again to grab my red match, followed by a yellow match, which is good. And now I'm just looking to grab a couple more reds. Okay, it's starting to get a bit more hazardous. That should help. We'll go Ksenia and Brock just to start us off. And I'll pick up Blunderbuss next. And we should be able to one-shot these guys. Alright, so hopefully this time I can show just how much damage Cooper can kick out. 1092, and that was just with his base damage. That's just with that 275%. That's not even with the bonus 200%. Yeah, Cooper is stupidly overpowered in buff booster formats. I mean, pretty much every sniper is, but you know, Cooper is particularly lethal. So you can see this is kind of how I've managed to coast through this tournament, just from the the sheer amount of damage that gets kicked out. So we got Big Guwap from Uprising up next, 17k. I should mention I've been sort of getting into the top 10 region over this tournament in terms of the positioning. So I'm hopeful that if I manage to go all 5 wins again today, we should pick up top 5 positioning. However, the last day's defenses yesterday, because I managed to go down to a D grade, definitely hurt in terms of the scoring. Oh, that was lucky. I don't have any buffs. We'll go this way. And then I'll pick up buffs. No buffs, alright, we'll just kill them. How's everyone else been finding the tournament, by the way? I mean, I personally, I really love the buff booster format. As I said, it's quite powerful if you can layer in a couple buffs. And the damage can really be quite insane. Like you can see... Oh, I need... Not that. That's not what I needed. That is not what I needed at all. Not Marit. Good. Yeah, so it can be quite powerful just layering a whole bunch of buffs on in an attack. And particularly in attack, you can control the gameplay a lot more. So that was poorly planned, but you can sort of choose where you're sending the tiles. onto the board. And because you're then controlling where the tiles go, you sort of control who on the defense team actually charges next. And you can control when your buffs fire off in order to give you maximum output. So, you know, with me, I sort of hold... Oh, hello. Cat just appeared. Sort of hold a lot of my buffs or my shooting and power until I've got multiple buffs that are up and running. But then on the defense side of things, the buff booster, you can sort of try to play to it. So you can see Jerome here, he's gone with some very heavy buff oriented heroes. So you've got both a healer and a buff maker in Coyote, and then also Zidane, who gives out 2 buffs. I mean, even my defense, oops, we'll go back into that. Even my defense, like, it's got 2 Cassanias who both kick out 2 buffs. It's got dodging through Talon, it's got Brock as well, and then it's also got Terminus for even more reviving, but, you know, it's managed to get a D grade, so, like, it's a defense I'd personally not like to go up against and face, just because there is so many buffs and so many revives, but because on the attacking side of things you can control the battlefield a lot more, either via the heroes you bring, or via, you know, bringing a dispelling hero. So that's something that I haven't really employed as a strategy in this tournament. But if you take someone like Thalia or Rex, they actually can dispel all of the buffs that the defending team is actually producing, which then puts the defense team at even more of a disadvantage, in that they're now not picking up any of the buffs that, you know, they've been selected to give out. So we'll just get rid of Zidane, pick up some red tiles, which were not enough, weirdly. That's right. And then we'll just grab a couple more yellow tiles. This could hurt a lot. Gonna go the ghosting route to try and pick up some... Who does that even target? Oh, the only hero I didn't look at. Alright. Please die. Please come back. Nobody came back. One of the more frustrating things when you go to all the effort of charging a reviving hero and then nobody revives. I'd really like some more. Oh no, this could go very poorly. Down to 2 heroes. One of them is a hitter, fortunately, and the other is fortunately a reviver, because I think if it had been any other heroes, not that I'm getting anyone revived, but it could have very easily not have worked out nicely. But I'll get Cooper-fired, which will finish it off. Ran mostly with Talon, Holden, Blunder, Ridge, with Termi on offense all week. Yeah. So like if you find an attacking team that works, and it consistently works because you've got, you know, that nice combination of supporting heroes. So in Rem's example there, he's got Terminus and Blunderbuss as 2 major support heroes. Talon as well will give out a lot of support, and then Holden and Ridge are pretty good damage dealers. Holden kicks out even more attack buff, and Ridge just plays absolutely whack-a-mole when he's got that many buffs and effects up. Alright, so final attack, we've got Fu Kanak from Franco Elite. We got a Jocasta tank, which is probably not her most ideal spot. Probably should have been a flank in order to really be effective, because that tank wants to sort of get a couple tiles and can pick her off. There's not a lot she's going to do for the rest of the fight, particularly seeing as there's no reviving hero. When there's no revivers, having a healer as the tank can actually backfire more often than it'll work. So You can see I'm not even worried about shooting tiles at Jocasta. Yeah, she gives off that buff and heals up a little bit. Yes, it's an imposter Fu. It's not the real Fu, and that's all that really matters. Shoot, fire, dead. Maximum tiles. So we'll probably trigger a couple of them, but I'm not too worried at this stage. Because I'll be able to reverse the attack debuff with my own. And then we can just keep going on our merry way. Get the only hitter left. And this should be a nice finish. So it's absolutely ridiculous. If you haven't got Cooper, like if you have Cooper and you have not leveled him, it's honestly totally worth leveling him. He is my favorite attacking hero in the game. Like that's 1100 damage. I know it's all buffed out with the buff booster stuff, but it's just insane. Like a hero shouldn't be doing that much damage. They just shouldn't be doing that much damage. But I love it so much. Even in normal raiding, Cooper is a weapon. Like combine him with 8-bit, which I usually do, and as long as the target is less than half HP, like 1500 damage. Oh my goodness, this is so terrible. I feel so terrible, but I feel so... 31st? Oh, oh man, that D grade really hurt. Because that was a perfect tournament in attack. That's 25 out of 25. And that's 31st. Man, those top grades, the ones that are at the top there, they have to have gotten, C grade or above the whole way across. Like, just in order to, to pick up. Oh, man. Oh, no, 11th. Okay, that's better. I was going to say, 31st is ridiculous. Okay, so I didn't manage to crack the top 10. This is weird. Why does this sometimes show 19k, but other times it shows the actual number of trophies? I don't understand. We go... Because that was showing 19,000. Maybe it's just because I'm on a slightly older version on BlueStacks here. Yeah, go away. Shush, 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 shush! Stop with the pop-ups already. Alright, I'll check that later. I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm on an older version of the game, and if I was on my phone... So they in the version 35.0.2, they changed how the leaderboard's displayed to actually show the number of trophies, but they didn't actually change your personal points there or here, so you actually still don't know how you're doing compared to everyone else. Hey Sim, absolutely very lucky to have picked up Cooper. I got a little bit lucky. I managed to both summon him and then also pick him up in the High Noon event for winning Epic tier. So I've actually managed to get a couple copies of him, which is really nice. The one I'm missing though is Marigold, who I'm still chasing after. I haven't managed to summon her, but yeah, still going after it. So, alright, that's pretty much all I got for this one. Let's see what worthless loot we get. Total amount of worthless loot. Yep, so that is actually, thanks for pointing that out, Mark. On the leaderboard, it's actually pretty awesome. The Pirate Horde have got the 2 in the top 11. There'll be a couple more that pop up there as we go, but there's a couple of the big alliances like Uprising and Global Empire that have got a couple in there, which is not unsurprising given that they are the top 2 allies in the game. So in theory, they've got the top 2 quota of the best players. But there's a couple others that are up there, like Camel. Camel has done really well. I think he's obviously gone 25-25. on attack, and then probably picked up a couple B and C grades along the way. Yep, White is definitely worth doing more summons for. I totally endorse getting and leveling multiple Whites. Yeah, my... Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted element. You can see I really love White. I've got 3 copies maxed, a 4th copy at 60, and then another 2 copies at 40, and then I think there's 1 more copy down here unleveled. So, plan is to have 6 copies of White, and I'll probably use all 6 copies in War Team. So, definitely worth leveling him if you get him, and good luck if you don't, because he's definitely worth it. So, anyway, I think that's about all I got for this stream. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to try to make this a bit more of a routine thing, doing it each week. Assuming I make it to the 5th day each week, but hopefully I can keep doing it. I really do enjoy tournaments. Tournaments are one of my favourite things in Empires and Puzzles, because usually they do make you use different teams and different heroes, both in attack and defense, so it mixes it up a lot. So in this tournament, for example, there's no blue heroes, which obviously meant that nobody could set blue defense teams, which is really nice, because normally everybody seems to like putting a blue tank up in raids. So yeah, hopefully yeah, there's more awesome tournaments and you guys all enjoy them as much as I do. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I will catch you guys all in the next one, which should be the next set of Alliance War videos. So this time round we've picked up Bearded Lumberjacks, so it should be a good tight fight. We usually finish pretty closely with them. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But I'll catch you in the next video. So catch you then. Cheers. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.